up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing okay. So me and James are back at home now. We came home a couple of days ago and the bathroom's done, and I will show you that later because honestly it looks so good, so much better. And we have a bath, so I'm very happy about that. I am so tired after my procedure. I feel like it's really knocked it out of me. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm definitely like nearly there being recovered, but it's just really made me tired. And I know I've got chronic fatigue syndrome, but it's just really took it out of me. But anyway, I am back at work today. I've just kind of got up. I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? It's Tuesday today. Just made myself a brew in my Disney mug, and I'm not actually sure if you guys have seen my new office. I'll show you that later, but the other week it's probably a couple of months ago now, but I was sat in my office. Obviously you know that I work in here, and also I've got my medical stuff in here, and I was just sat here and I just kind of thought, I need this room to be happy and bright and bubbly, and I need it to be a positive space, especially because I do spend so much time in here and I do all of my TPN and my medical stuff, and I just wanted it to be a place that made me feel happy. So anyway, I bought loads of stuff from Temu and Shein and got like loads of little bits, and I just wanted to make it a fun, happy, bright, pink, girly world in here. So I don't know if you can see some of the prints that are on the wall behind me. So I've got like 6 there, and then I've got one up there as well, but yeah, it definitely makes me feel a lot happier being in here now. But yeah, it's a new week this week. I just also want to say thank you so much for all of your sweet comments on the video last week. Honestly, it was so nice. Like, you guys are literally the best. He was just so supportive. I feel like sometimes that we're on like a FaceTime video, like I just kind of feel like I just tell you absolutely everything like we're on FaceTime. It's really weird. But yeah, it's a new week this week, and I'm just gonna really try and, you know, try and get out of my head a little bit, try and live in the world again. I have a few things coming up which I should include in this video. Getting my stitches taken out. So I don't know if you remember me guys saying from my Hickman last week, so I have 2 in my neck that had to come out. The other few that was in the sites of the actual Hickman, they're dissolvable, so I don't need to get them removed, but I need to get them taken out of my neck because it's so itchy. Need to get them removed. And I also have an MDT meeting upcoming. So just to kind of explain, an MDT meeting is basically, because I'm on TPN, I have to see my team, which is the TPN consultant along with the head of nutrition dietitian team. They all just kind of get together and they monitor you, they check your bloods, check your weight, just basically make sure that everything's okay, because TPN is so specialist. You need to make sure that your body is okay. So yeah, I've got one of them upcoming, and I've got a few things I need to discuss with them. I've got a few concerns, but I'll kind of maybe talk about that before I go for my meeting. But yeah, I just wanted to say a quick welcome to the vlog, and I hope you're all having an amazing weekend, and let's just see what we get up to this week. Okay guys, so this is the bathroom. So firstly, what I'm going to say is please ignore any mess. We've not had any time to like clean it properly since the builder's bin, so there's still a lot of like cleaning. It's just a bit dirty, it needs sorting still, but I've just been messing around with the stuff that I've got to see what decorations and stuff will go in here. And the towels, ignore them, they're not going to stay like that. But if you guys remember when you first walked in, the toilet was a little bit further this way, the sink was over there in the corner, and we had a shower here. So the shower's actually, like, the position of that hasn't changed at all. But obviously we now have a bath, which I am so happy about. Because it's such a small bathroom, it is a small bath. Like, I am not going to be able to lie down in that, especially like I'm 5'9". But like, I have a bath, and that is the main thing. Even if no one lies completely flat in the bath anyway. But yeah, I'm absolutely in love with it. I really like it. I need to get some more of these towels off my mum, just because she had some spare ones, and I need to figure out how to probably put them on there. But yeah, I'm really liking it. Not gonna lie, my surgical scrub that I've put in this bottle does not look great, and my nail brush, but I use it that much, it just needs to stay out. But yeah, I've just been kind of messing around with the stuff that we've got, like, to see what looks nice in here. the picture of the border collie hasn't moved. But yeah, it is like a tight squeeze, because obviously it is a small bathroom. Like once you shut the door, it's just kind of like this square that you've got here, but it doesn't matter, do you know what I mean? Like we've got a bathroom, we've got a bath, so I'm really, honestly, I'm absolutely buzzing with it. Really, really happy with it. I actually had a bath last night, which was just absolutely incredible. Okay guys, so I need to disconnect my TPN because it's just finished. And one of the really annoying things is when I am about to disconnect my TPN, I don't know where to put you. Like, it's a really awkward setup in here because the room's kind of like one of the box rooms we've got, but because of my big desk and my monitors, and then I've kind of got like my if you've been watching for a while, that you know that I've got kind of them white drawers, the Alex wide ones, and I can't put anything behind it, so you're at like a really funny angle. But I just thought, while I disconnect my TPN, let's have like a quick catch up just about kind of like what's gone on the past few days, what's going on this week, etc. But anyway, I just need to quickly change my top, which I'll explain why in a minute. I'll wash my hands and I will be back. Okay guys, I am here. So I'm hoping that my camera doesn't die or anything because I can't turn it off, but I have a few things that I need to kind of talk to you about and or like update you on. So first of all, I'll just quickly kind of give you a little update on my line. So everything's going okay. I'm feeling so much better. Like I said, I'm going to get my stitches and things out this week and have my MDT meeting with my team. So that's kind of all about my TPM. I do have some concerns about, basically when I go for these MDT meetings, it's kind of like an opportunity for me to speak to the consultant, have, you know, have I got any worries, have I got any new symptoms, have my symptoms any better, and that type of thing. So obviously we'll be discussing my line. I'm dealing okay with it. The only thing that I am struggling with, which is why I just explained I need to change my top. If you guys remember my old line, it was really long, and it was so long it had to be looped round. Now this one is so short, which I said is better. Like, I'm glad that it's shorter. However, I'm not used to being able to, like, because it's so short. Say for example I had a pyjama top on that kind of came up to my neck, I'd be able to put my line over that top and do my TPN, disconnect it over the top of that. However, with this one, I'm not able to do that, and I have to have something on that I can access it, that, you know, because I can't physically put this over anything. So say for example I had that jumper on, just, what did I just have on? Yeah, I had that green jumper on. There is no way that I'd have been able to disconnect my TPN unless I took that whole thing off. Whereas my previous one, I could have just put it over the top of the line and it would have been fine. So anyway, that's kind of annoying, but I'm just getting, it is what it is, and I'm getting used to it, so that's okay. But like I said, I keep having to wear kind of tops like this, or like maybe just being like a sports bra that I wear quite a lot, or like a vest top or something. So that's the first thing, but I know I'll get used to it. When they take my stitches out this week, they're going to update me how to change the stat lock, which I don't know if you can see or not, but I'll show you in a bit. Basically a thing called a stat lock on it, and I'm going to have to get used to how to put that on myself, and I don't know if it's going to be something I can do myself without an extra hand, but that's that. After I've had my MDT meeting, I'm going to kind of give you some updates after that, because there are a few things that I want to discuss with my doctors. Now, I don't think I'm going to go into this yet because I've got a couple of other things I want to talk to you about, but there's a few kind of worries that I've got that I want to discuss with the doctor about my line, just about my health in general. So I'll go and speak to her and update you after that and what I'm worried about. The other two things I wanted to speak to you about was, the first one, I've got two other appointments this week. The first one is with my POTS doctor. So this is, I see a really nice guy in Chorley, and he's really knowledgeable on POTS. He's so good. I just kind of haven't had a meeting with him in a while. I've had like contact through his secretary and stuff. I've just not had an appointment with him for quite a while. I don't know if you guys remember that last year he kind of diagnosed me with that new generalised dysautonomia on top of the POTS, which still confuses me a little bit, but yeah, so I'm going to meet with him this week. I don't have too many concerns about that, apart from asking him about a couple of medications, which you'll understand why when I tell you about, I'm about to tell you next. So my other appointment is with the maternity clinic. I'm not pregnant, before anybody goes there, but when I say I'm not pregnant, I'm hoping that that's a yet. I'm not pregnant yet. So first of all, we're not trying, not even thinking about anything before, you know, the wedding or anything. However, I've never spoke to you guys about this before, But me and James have actually, we both really want kids, and I've always wanted to be a mum, and it's like one of my dreams to be a mum, but there's a lot of things that I guess need ironing out before we can even think about that. You know, first of all, can we have children? You know, how hard is it going to be to have children? How hard is it going to be to actually be pregnant and cope with being pregnant, and my body being able to cope with being pregnant? How will it be when I have kids? How will my body adjust? There's so many things that we need to iron out, but that's why we're being sensible and trying to figure out all of the possible risks and things like that now, so that when the time comes and we do hopefully are ready, then we're not surprised by anything. So me and James have actually already been for an appointment previously. Now this is the follow-up one. I'll probably do a full sit down video on just that one topic, you know, and to talk about everything that happened. But basically I've got another appointment this week, which I'm hoping is kind of like the clarity of everything that we discussed in the first meeting. So I just kind of wanted to tell you about that, because I'm definitely going to do a full video on it. However, I just kind of wanted to update you, because obviously I'm going for an appointment this week and I want to kind of tell you about it. And I want to be able to, I'm always very honest on this channel, and I feel like it's kind of hiding something from you, you know, but I do really want kids. I know I've probably never spoke about it before, but I do really want kids, and I think James will be literally the best dad in the world. Obviously we want to get married first, but yeah, that's the second appointment, the third appointment I've got this week. But like I said, my second appointment with my POTS doctor, I need to discuss with him about certain medications and what I can and can't take if I do get pregnant. So they're the kind of little updates I wanted to give you. Obviously I can't give you any updates about the appointments till I've actually been for them. However, they're all this week, so I feel like I'm going to have a lot to discuss. Okay, we're all done disconnecting. Oh, but yeah, so them appointments are coming up this week. Really looking forward to them. Just because, like I said, the MDT one, and you know, there's a few answers that I need to ask, questions that I need to ask them. Obviously I'm looking forward to the maternity one, because it's just an exciting topic for us, and I feel like, you know, me and James are getting there in life. You know, we're going to get married, we've got a house, and like I said, I have always wanted to be a mum, but, and when I say but, there's just so much that we need to start thinking about, you know, because it's not like we're a couple that's healthy that can just think, yeah, let's start trying to have a baby. Like, can you imagine if like we got pregnant unexpectedly right now? I'm on TPN, I'm on this, I'm on that, like it would be such a panic. So we're just trying to be really realistic and sensible and think, okay, you know, what is the plan? So that was the kind of mini update I wanted to give you. So I'll catch up with you probably tomorrow and talk to you about the MDT meeting, and kind of go from there. I really need to wash my hair tonight because I just feel a bit gross, but yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Hello everyone, so James is with me, but we're going to go get my stitches taken out today. It's a bit loud, you might not be able to hear me, but stitches have been in for 8 days now, so I'm getting them taken out. I look really gross. But they've been really bothering me as well, so I'm really looking forward to them taking them out. But there's basically 2 in my neck, the other one's dissolvable, so we're here, gonna get them taken out, and it's all healing really well. I'll show you a picture later. Okay guys, so I've been in and had them removed, and they've also changed my dressing, so it kind of looks a bit different, to be honest with you. It looks a bit of a mess, I'll be honest, but not because of like anything that they've done, it's just that, I don't know, it just looks a bit messy compared to my old one. I think it's just because, no thanks, James is going in and getting a drink. I think it's just because obviously that other one was looped, whereas this has kind of got a stack lock on it, but I'll show you properly when I get back. But this is where they've taken the stitch out of my neck. It's healed really well, and then that's where my old line went into my chest. You couldn't see it before because it had the bio patch on it, and then that's obviously my new one. But I think I'm just used to it being, you know, you just loop it round and then that's that. But now that, you know, that you can see the scar there, it's really, I don't know, I just feel like it looks a bit more messy than my old one, but it's so much smaller, so I feel like I can't complain, because I mean, like right now you can't even tell I've got it. But yeah, I'll get used to it. I need to learn how to do these stack locks. Apparently every single time I change my dressing I have to put that on, which is that white thing. But yeah, I'll show you properly a view when we get in, but I wasn't there very long. The worst thing about it today was actually the fact that it was stinging, you know, when there was going over my old site. The neck was fine. I think it's healed really well, and my old scars, like literally you can't even see it, so I'm not bothered about the scar at all. So yeah, James is working later today. I'm going back to work now, and it's always nice when he brings me, just because I feel like sometimes he's always at work and...
Yo!
Hey guys, my stitches are out. I feel like I'm gonna give you a bit of a better view later on, but I'm just gonna go to my mum's just for a little bit. So I just thought I'd kind of, let's just have a little like update before I go there, and then I end up going to my NDT meeting and forget to tell you about everything. But basically, I've also had my maternity appointment, which, like I said, my plan is to do a full video on the whole thing as an individual video, just because it's going to be quite lengthy, and just to kind of explain the process. And obviously if any of you guys that follow me that also want kids, or kind of want the inside scoop, then I just feel like it'll be a good video to do a separate video. But it went really well, and yeah, let's talk about that in another video. However, stitches are out. I'm feeling so much better. It was getting really, really, really itchy, like bothering me so much. But my NDT meeting is upcoming, and one of the things that is really concerning me, and it's never really something I've properly spoke about before, and I don't know why, I've always just been a little bit reserved when I don't even know why I can't talk about this. I'm just gonna like completely expose myself on the internet for everybody to see. Louis, what are you eating? Just trying to get my attention. So no, we're going to grandma's, that's why. You know we're going to grandma's, don't you? Yeah. But let's just go all out there and expose myself. I'm concerned about my bowel movements. I think I've kind of said it once or talked about it slightly when I was in Spain, but I'm in intestinal failure. My stomach doesn't work, you know, my gut system itself doesn't really work properly. So, and I'm on TPN. So just to explain, obviously, just in case you like, this is the first video you've ever watched of me. Basically, I'm on TPN, which means all of my nutrients and fluids, everything goes via my central line. Hello, sweetheart, what are you eating? It's kind of wrapper on the floor. Everything goes through my system, basically, and my bowel doesn't get used. However, because of that, I don't know how to explain this properly, but because I'm on TPN, basically, my bowel should still work. Even though all of my nutrients and fluids and everything like that goes directly into my heart and my veins, my bowel should still work, because your body produces natural biles. You know, I'm still putting meds and fluids in my J-tube. It should still move, but it doesn't unless I have a lot of laxatives. And I'm just a bit concerned that my symptoms are increasing and getting a lot worse. I end up in quite a lot of severe pain. I think I'm getting blockages that are struggling to move unless I pile the laxatives in. So that's one thing I really want to discuss with them today. I also want to talk to them about the maternity stuff today, and I also just kind of want to just go through a couple of other bits that aren't really that interesting, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. I don't know why I struggle talking about like bowels so much. Like, I don't know why. It's just I think I'm just so used to talking about my stomach and this and that. But yeah, my bowel just doesn't really work, guys, and it's causing me a lot of pain and just not a nice environment, you know. So I just kind of want to speak to them about that, because one of my other concerns is the fact that I have to take so much laxatives, which can also in the long term make my bowels slower, because it's going to rely on laxatives, but if I don't take the laxatives I'm in pain and things don't move. So I'm kind of like in a catch-22. So just want to speak to them about that. But yeah, that was the little update. Like I said, I'm feeling so much better. I can't even tell right now that I've like had the procedure done. I feel like I can fully move. One other thing I need to get used to, I think I did mention this, was about the stat block, and the team showed me how to change it. I do not think I'm going to be able to change this by myself, definitely, because I need like at least one extra hand to do it. So I think the first time I need to change it, I'm going to get James to help me. James was with me the other day when I got my stitches out, so he kind of knows how they do it, so we're going to try and do that as a team together. So anyway, I'll catch up with you soon. Please ignore my nails, they're actually so outgrown, it's horrendous. But yeah, MDT coming up and some other little bits, so catch up with you soon. I'm going to take Louis to grandma's.
Hello everybody. Firstly, let me just apologise. I kind of feel like this video has been a lot of me just sitting and talking to you rather than being kind of like any action involved. However, I just wanted to give you an update on my MDT meeting. So it was a good few days ago now, probably about 5 days ago, but yeah, I just want to kind of update you on what happened and you'll understand why I'm a bit kind of like overwhelmed with it, I guess. So first of all, let me just show you one thing I've had to dig out of my drawers. If any of you know this machine, you have followed me for a long time. So this is my Abbot pump that I used to use for feeds, fluid, everything that basically went into my bowel. And I genuinely thought the next time I'd be getting this pump back out would be because we might have been trialling feeds again to get me off TPN, but that is not the case. Basically, I kind of spoke to them about my bowel issues, my bowel worries, how things just aren't moving, and they want to get more fluid into my gut. So they want me to increase the fluid intake that I'm actually taking through my J-tube. Because of my intestinal failure sort of like issues, I can't bolus things in there too quickly, so they want to use the pump to kind of, you know, have it during the day when I'm working and things like that. So I had to dig this out and oh my god, it is so dirty. Like, I don't think I have used this since 2022, and honestly, is it going to turn on? Who genuinely knows? I couldn't even tell you. No idea where the charger is. I'm gonna have to try and find that, but they've basically ordered me some flexitainers, and I need to make sure I can find my drip stand, because I'm not gonna lie, I left one of them in Spain, so that if any of you guys follow me, you know I use it for my TPN when I'm abroad. So yeah, it's a bit of a throwback and a bit of like I don't want to say like the word like reality check. It's more of a realisation that, you know, I kind of genuinely thought that maybe like 3 years on from going into intestinal failure and bringing on TPN that things might have improved and I might be able to start trialling feeds or whatever. I didn't think that I'd still be pretty much in the exact same position, if anything maybe a little bit worse. So yeah, it's kind of it's not a very nice feeling, I guess, is what I'm trying to kind of explain, but yeah, I need to try and find the charger for this and basically get used to going on it. So they want me to start having 500 ml through the pump every day. So I'm basically going to be connected to my TPN through my Hickman line and fluid through my J-tubes. I'm kind of going to be a bit wired up everywhere. But the good thing about this is that it's kind of like it's a sterile procedure, but it's nothing like my TPN. It's kind of like I can take it off whenever I want and things like that. So yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around that a little bit, not gonna lie, but I'm just gonna have to wait until all the products arrive, because I can't obviously use a flexitainers, I don't have it yet, but I need to find the charger in the meantime. So I'm gonna go back to my mum's today and try and find the IV stand, the IV stand and things like that. And I've also just realised I don't have any giving sets, so they're gonna have to order some of them for me as well. God, I've literally got nothing to do with this anymore. Like, the only things I have is the syringes and things. So yeah, that was that. They're not like too overly concerned about my bowel. They kind of, the doctor basically said it's kind of expected, you know, your body doesn't work properly basically, and she kind of thinks that my dysmotility has progressed slightly. So, you know, the fact that I've got such slow transit in my colon and I've got fast transit in my small bowel and then slow in my stomach, they've explained this to me before, but it's such a rare abnormality that things like this are to be expected, you know. So yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, to be honest with you. Like I said, I didn't think that I'd be having to be connected by two things, but I want to try and help my gut system as much as possible. So if it means being connected to more things, then that's what it is. So I just kind of wanted to give you a quick update on this. This definitely needs a clean. Honestly, it's so gross. But like I said, it's completely dead. I don't even know where the charger is. I'm going to try and find that today. I'm going to go to my mum's soon. And I've just realised, like I said, I need some giving sets for it. So I'm going to have to double check that I've got some of them on my order. So yeah,
Like I said, I do really apologise that this video has been very much just me talking to you. I feel like I've just kind of overloaded you with loads of different information about the fact that like my bowel stopped working and now need to start using my pump from Abbot again. Also thinking about having a baby. Like, this has been a lot. But yeah, I just wanted to like say sorry, this vlog might be a little bit boring and just a bit talky, but probably going to close it off just for today because I think you're probably all sick of hearing me talk by now, and I'll probably have an update for you on a few things next time. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will catch up soon. Bye.
One step forward and another back. I would never try to fool ya.